How's it going, everybody? Doing my first video here of 2026. It is a video game collection, original Xbox. The only difference here is it will be whispering without gum. I'm hoping this video does well, and I will do more of my game collections without the gum. It gives me a chance to do more videos and stuff, so hopefully a lot of you watch it and like it. I got a decent amount of games here, I forget how many. I do want to continue to get games with the original Xbox. I haven't a bit, but I do like the original Xbox. It is my favorite console from that era, or that generation of consoles. I mean, I like the other ones too, the PS2, the Cube, and the Dreamcast. But the Xbox was my favorite. It's the one I spent the most time with. And yeah, there are still some games I want to get. Not a shit ton more, but at least another like 15 or 20, maybe a little more than that I'd be interested in getting. But let's start off with the Bond games here. There'll be some tapping as well, as long as I remember. I did have to bring water in because I'm not chewing gum, so I'm not generating, like, the juices. So I need that to drink in a longer video. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I think I got this from, this would have been Video Game Trading Post in the Bayshore Mall back in New York. I think in the beginning of this, you get into an accident. You're an MI6 agent. I always thought Bond got killed in this, but he didn't. And you get all screwed up, and then they give you a golden eye. They were trying to bank on the golden eye name. This is a very generic corridor shooter. It's not terrible, but it's a very generic shooter to me. I don't know, especially compared to other Bond games. I gotta see what about these. I'm trying to go in order of when they kind of came out. Although that one came out after these. 007 Agent Under Fire. This is the first one for this generation. It's a cool shooter, first-person shooter again. They have pretty much the silhouette of Pierce Brosnan, but it's not him yet. This is a cool one. It's Bond. It's got some multiplayer in there, which I never played. You go to a bunch of different locations stuff. I can't remember a shit ton about this one, honestly. But I enjoyed it. I originally had this on the GameCube. And then I had gotten it on the Xbox at some point years later. And this one I picked up, I can't remember when. Let me move this over here. Because I have the couch here and I gotta put some of these first ones on the floor. And then I'll put other ones on the couch. The next one, 007 Nightfire. So we got Pierce Brosnan here. His likeness, not his voice yet. This one I liked better than Agent Under Fire. This also has. I played a little bit of multiplayer in this one, I believe, unless it was the other one. You could use bots and stuff in the multiplayer, but same thing. It's in first person. You got vehicle missions and stuff. This is the one I'm thinking at the end. You end up in space. But once again, different locations and stuff, different gadgets, like all the Bond games. Everything or Nothing. 007 Everything or Nothing. So this now has Pierce Brosnan voicing it as well. You get a bunch of known people in this one. This is another game that came from. This would have came from the Video Game Trading Post in Sunrise Mall at the time. That is gone. In Massapequa. This had Willem Dafoe, Shannon Elizabeth, obviously Bond. I mean, Pierce Brosnan is Bond. Judi Dench is M. John Cleese was in here. Heidi Klum, Richard Kiel. I think he played Jaws again. This one's in third person and it works well. It's still all the same stuff as the first person, except it's in first. So it has a little element you can get behind cover and shit. It's actually a really good game. They did well with the Bonds during this generation. And the last one, which I've not played yet, from Russia with Love. So you got Sean Connery now back doing the voice and the mocap. This is obviously just the movie from Russia with Love. I don't know if all of them one's also in third person, though. I have not played it yet. I picked it up maybe last year or a little before that. People like it. I need to just play it. Now, past the Bond games. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I got this one from Antiques and Geeks in town. It was $20. It's a good copy. It's a good price for this. It usually sells anywhere between 20 to 30. Condition depending on condition. And this was in a great shape. If they still have Crazy Taxi High Roller there, I need to pick that up at some point. But I don't know if they still will. That was 22. Crazy Taxi 3. This one was only on the Xbox. Chaos Bleeds was on all three of them. Cube and PS2 as well. I don't know. Did they get... It tells you it includes Buffy, Willow, Xander, Cordelia, Spike, and Angel. I'm not sure if it was their voices. Let me see. Usually I would tell you at this point. Usually it was good at like telling you the voices and stuff, but it's not showing anything. So it might not have been those known people. But it sounds like her. I don't know. It could be. I can't remember. Yeah, what else did I get that day? Oh no, I gave cash. When did I buy this exactly? I have the receipt in here. March 1st, 25. So it was this year. Well, I'm filming this on the 31st, but it's going up on January 1st, 26. It's a cool game. It's beat 'em up. You know, you get different powers. You gotta use stake the hearts of the vampires and stuff. It's a pretty decent. These are the same people that made The Collective. They made that Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb as well. I like this game. Looks pretty good still. It's a fun play. I think I did a gameplay of this. Here's a straight up classic, one of my favorite on the original Xbox, Dead to Rights. Jack Slade here. This game borrows heavily from Max Payne. I love the Max Paynes, and the story's better. But I love this game. I like this game more. I played a little bit of the second one, Hell to Pay, and I did beat Retribution, which was on the... I played it on the 360. Did I play it on 360 PS3? That one was pretty good. This one's the best, though. Hell to Pay was alright. The second one. But this one's, dude, it was originally an Xbox exclusive. They don't have it here. And then later on it came out. I guess it was just timed. And they came out on the PS2 and Cube. But they added difficulty settings to that one. This one is just one difficulty. And this game's pretty hard. It has to slow down. Borrows that from Max Payne. You have your dog Shadow that will disarm people. You're performing disarm moves. You're doing the slow-mo. You're just, once you get used to the controls, you are just hitting stuff. It flows so well. There's no, like, the amount of enemies in this game is crazy. They keep coming out of everywhere. The boss fights are unique. Most of them are. The story's decent. You get framed, I think, you might even get framed for your dad's murder. It's an awesome game. It's a fun game. It's tough. You end up in prison at one point. You break out. But you're doing stuff in prison. You gotta get, like, cigarettes and shit. You gotta help out a guard and these other people. You're lifting weights and shit. It's a great game. If you've never played this, check it out. This is a cheap game, too. It's still good. My friend had it on the GameCube. It's still good. They just changed. This is the best version of it. They just kind of added difficulty settings and stuff. They might have even cut out something. I don't know. Circus Maximus, Chariot Wars. This is one of those games that came from that garage sale. You would have seen the pickups on it. The one was at 23, I believe. You would have seen it. This is one of them. I have not played it yet. Or did I play some of this at some point? I can't remember. There's Chariot Racing. I always wanted this game, so I don't think I did actually play it. But I may have. That's a Carmen Sandiego, The Secret of the Stolen Drugs. I got this because of Carmen Sandiego, a game I haven't played yet. It was cheap. I love Carmen Sandiego, the character. You don't play as her in this. You play as people from Acme, I guess, right? This is in third person. It's not like the classic Carmen Sandiego games back in the day for the computers and the Genesis, Super Nintendo and shit, where it was like you had to like go to different places if you're wearing time. It was wearing time and where in the world. And you have to find the clues out, figure things out, and go to things and catch the kind of get the henchman first, then her kind of like a point and click game type thing. This is completely different. Burnout Revenge did gameplay of this. I did gameplay of this. It's a cool game. It still looks really good too on the Xbox. Like, this is a really nice looking game. And this came out. I originally played this on the 360. This version, as crazy as it sounds, almost looks better in the fact that it doesn't have the. And someone I think mentioned this in one of the comments of the gameplays. Maybe it doesn't have that bloom. The Xbox 360 had that like bloom on it. It kind of was distracting. Like, overall, it's a better looking game than this one, but there's ways where this one looks better. But it's super fun. This has the crash mode in it still. It's just, I love the Burnouts. The Burnouts and the F-Zero games are like my favorite racing games. And I do like some other racing games, but I'm not a massive fan of them overall. But these ones and the F-Zeros, I love. Brute Force, this also came from that garage sale. I originally had this back in the day. This was only for classic. They also, the Cube had it too. The PS2 did not. The PS2 didn't need to have it, which is funny. The PS2, is it still the greatest? It's still the greatest selling game console of all time, I believe. I could be wrong. Did the Wii pass it? No, not the Wii. Did the Switch? They were trying to and then Sony kept saying, "Oh, there was more sales." I forget, but either way, you can argue it's the greatest console of all time. Even though it's not my favorite, you can argue it definitely. Great game library. But anyway, they did not have a thing like this. And they had a ton of exclusives. The best exclusives, probably, overall. They had the most. Like Final Fantasy X and shit, you wouldn't have it. Only on PlayStation. You just knew, you know. But Brute Force was a cool game. 4 players if you wanted to play 4 players on this co-op. Oh, System Link 1 to 8, too. If you connected the Xbox, you connected 2 Xboxes to 2 different TVs. You do System Link. I played it single player. It was a cool game. The enemies were really good. Smart, pretty smart enemy AI. This was in third person. This game was getting touted as like a Halo type game. I don't know why Microsoft did that. Did not. I actually think it was a greatest hits, but they never made a second. So it must have not sold insanely well. But it's not as good as Halo. But it's also not in first person. Those are the characters you choose from. I don't remember a ton of it, but I've always wanted it in my collection again. And it was at that garage sale for $5. It is not an expensive game to find. Brothers in Arms, Roll Tale 30. The Brothers in Arms games are cool because they are World War II games, but they're like strategy shooters. So you got to give people orders and stuff like that. It's cool. They're actually, in reality, they're probably better than the Call of Duty and shit because they're like more intense and more realistic. You know. This one is also on the, maybe both of them are on the PS2 as well. I don't know if they went to the GameCube. This is one I got from that Antiques and Geeks as well, right? I believe it came from there. It was not $14.99. I think it was like $6. I might have a receipt in here. I must have gotten 2 games. There's no way I paid. Oh, you know what I think I got with this? I might have gotten Ninja Gaiden 2 when I got this. One was 8, I believe, and this was 6, or this was 8. I don't know. This was not. It certainly wasn't this price. This is Electronics Boutique. Anyway, Broken Sword game. They're cool. It's a point-and-click adventure type game. They're fun. I like the Broken Swords. I played this one to completion back in the day. You're using what's his name? George Stubbard, and Nico Collard are in here again. Not the best copy, but these are cool games. Bloodwake. This is original. Was this a launch title? I think it was. I can't remember. It might not have been. It's a boat combat game. It's fun. It's got multiplayer. You're running around destroying other boats. You're destroying forts and stuff along the shore. Pretty, you didn't see these kind of games back then, but this was the only one. They came out swinging Xbox, and it did well for first console. Legacy game. This is an awesome game. I also have Defiance. I'll be coming up in a little bit. It's actually pretty nice sound. Kane in this one. This is a sequel to Blood Omen. The original Blood Omen was a top-down game for the PlayStation. It might have been on the PC as well. That was made by Silicon Knights, who ended up making, like, the Twin Snakes, the Metal Gear Solid remake for the Cube. They ended up doing 2 Human, which was supposed to be on the GameCube, but then they were, I think it might have been a second-party developer to Nintendo. I could be wrong, though, but they ended up making it for 360, and it was not what it was supposed to be on the Cube. And they also did Eternal Darkness, which is a great game. But they did the first one. This is a different game, same character, though, with Kane. I think you wake up or something, right? Yeah, cast down from power by a mysterious warlord centuries ago. He reawakens in a world he barely recognizes. You're dealing with the Seraphim Lords in this one. You get your powers back. You're sucking blood. You're taking control of enemies. You're turning into mist and going through shit. It's a cool game. The combat's pretty fun. The voice acting is like second to none in these games. It's incredible. Like I think it's Simon Templeton does the voice of Kane, and then there's Michael Bell does Raziel with the other ones, and there's a bunch of other games. What's his name? Tony J or something. There's other people in there that are known. They've done other voice work and shit. Michael Bell's been in a ton of stuff. He was Transformers, G.I. Joe. All these guys done a ton of stuff. The voice acting's fantastic. It's almost like Shakespearean type shit. Like, it's like so good. It's a great game. They're all great. Beyond Good and Evil, another one from that garage sale. Does it still have still has a receipt? Whoever got this paid $40 for it on December 17th, 2003. And they got an Xbox Live Kit version 3 for $70. Ooh, that 8.75% tax in Nassau County is up. Actually, is it? Or is it even lower? It might be higher now. You play Jade here. She's like a photographer, right? That's her name. Does it say it here on the back? No. I played some of this back in the day. I never completed it. It was a third-person game. You take pictures, you're trying to conspiracies and stuff. A lot of people love it. Ghost Recon, the first one. Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon. I haven't played it. It came with a lot of games that I got from eBay at a good price. If I remember the other ones, I will tell the other ones that came in this lot, but I have not played it. Gladius, I've waxed poetic about Gladius countless times. It's a great game. This one, it doesn't have the manual, but this came from a game store in Winter Haven in Florida that I probably got back in like 2016, 2017 or something. And it was interesting because it had a price tag. It was like $3. And then there was another one with the manual that was like $11. I'm like, I'm just going to get the one without the manual. And the person's like, oh shit, they're both supposed to be that price, but like, I can't give it to you for that price. I was like, yeah, no shit, you can't. So I got it for $3 and change. It's an awesome game, turn-based strategy game. You could use Valens or Ursula, these two characters. And then you eventually meet up and you're on the party. You have your main characters that if they die, it's game over. And then you're recruiting people when you go to other gladiator schools. When you're in the overworld, your characters, not the main ones because it's game over, but if you lose characters you've been building up that you got from these schools, they're gone. If they die in the overworld, they're gone. You can recruit new ones, but it sucks if you have like a super awesome character that you've recruited and you built them up, leveled them up, and then they die. It sucks. It's an awesome game though. It's pretty long as well. It's cool game. Great soundtrack as well. Gun 519. This was from the Video Game Trading Post as well in Bayshore. This was released simultaneously on the 360 and the Xbox. It's probably on the PS2 as well. It might have been on the GameCube also. It's like almost like Red Dead Revolver, and Red Dead, those types of games, Western stuff. It's made by the people that do the Tony Hawk's. I didn't play much of it. He's a random game. Never heard of this one. Halo. It's a shooter. No kidding. Halo, awesome game. This is not my original copy. It's an awesome game, though. It's Halo. It's still my favorite in the series. Great shooter. Big open areas to get in the fights with the Covenant. It's good enemy AI in there with the Covenant. They got great enemies. You drive the Warthog. You get other vehicles as well. Scorpion tanks. You can take Hijack. The Covenant vehicles as well. The Banshee. The Wraith. Alright, that's the tank. The Banshee. And the Ghost is another one. Awesome shooter, still, in my opinion, plays well. Obviously, they've remade this one over time, right? I got the remake. It's a straight up remake, isn't it? There was multiplayer in this that people loved. You could do System Link with this as well. I played some multiplayer in this, but not a ton. Master Chief, classic character. The Covenant are great enemies. It's just Halo. It's an awesome fucking game. This is not my original copy. I actually originally played it. I had Max Payne when I got the Xbox, and then I had some other games. Well, Blood Omen 2 including one. I knew of Halo. My friend's like, yo, you gotta borrow this. It's fucking awesome. I played it. I was like, holy shit, this is incredible. Haunted Mansion. This is a cool game. I like this game. This does not have the movie pass inside. It is based on, I guess, based on the movie, based on the ride. You gotta release the trapped souls, so you're collecting the souls. Unique boss fights in this as well. There's one where you had to like light a fire or something and follow it, and like get the guy to go to a certain thing and like light the fire to follow the path. I forget exactly how it went. It's been a little while. Just cool stuff. It was a fun little game. I didn't complete it, I don't believe. I got pretty far in it. I just stopped playing it. But I remember the pretty unique boss battles. So that was cool going around the mansion and stuff and shit. I don't know. I liked it. Kind of an underrated game, I think. This is another game that came in that lot with Ghost Recon, and it is Heroes of the Pacific. I haven't played it yet, but it is an aerial combat game. I did play one. I think it was on the 360. It was like something Midway, Battle Stations Midway, or Battle Midway. I like aerial combat games. I haven't played a ton of them. Like Star Wars, the Rogue Squadrons, and the Jedi Starfighter. I enjoy when they play that. I think it's Battle Stations Midway. I enjoyed playing that. And then you go back in the day with the shoot 'em ups, like 1942, 1943, and endless other ones. But I haven't played this one yet. It was like 4 of these games for like a little under $20, so I got it. Hitman 2. Silent Assassin. I can't remember a lot of this game. I love the platinum hits for the Xbox. They're like my favorite of any of the greatest hits or player's choice games over all the consoles. I just love the way they give you a nice gray case and nice platinum hits. It's fucking awesome, actually. I wouldn't mind having a collection of just these. I do have a few more of them. Another 3 of them. I just remember this is a cool game. You could find different ways to kill your targets and shit like that. You're, putting on disguises, knocking people out, hiding bodies and shit. I haven't played a lot of the Hitman series. The Hobbit. So this is based off The Hobbit, the book. This has a, whoa, gosh. Oh, this is mine. All right. I'm like, this has a receipt in it. It's mine. I had gotten Turok Evolution for $10 and this for $6.69 apparently. This is the video game trading post, also in Bayshore. I only played a tad bit of this just to kind of test, make sure it works. Follows The Hobbit though. I'll put some of these over here now. Hunter the Reckoning. This is like a Gauntlet style game. X-Men Legends, Gauntlet, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, that kind of game. Diablo, the rest, the Baldur's Gate and shit. But this is like, horror monsters and stuff. I think I told the story. I must have told the story about this 1,000 times. When I never beat this game. When I originally had it back in the day on the Xbox, I was playing it, getting pretty far. All of a sudden, the game freezes and the Xbox starts making this noise. It's like, the game didn't work anymore. Thankfully, the Xbox still did. Game just didn't work. A defective disc. I don't know. Me being kind of an asshole move, I brought it to, because GameStop didn't test the games. I brought it to GameStop and like, take this, and they gave me like $15 for it. It's like, fuck it, I'm gonna see if they take it. They'll test it. Somebody else got it, then probably played up until the point it fucked up. Maybe didn't. And then they brought it back and sold it again. But what I played, it was cool. There's a second one, Redeemer. I need to play more of it though. This one came from another CD, East End Gaming in Oakdale, on Long Island, Suffolk County. But when I played it, it was cool. Legacy of Kain Defiance. This is the last one. There has not been one since, I believe, right? You're playing as Kain and Raziel in this one. You're dealing with the Elder which is a giant squid thing underground. It's awesome. Kane finally sees him, and he's like, "Oh my god, this is what everybody fucking worships." And she's just fucking. He's huge though. He's like everywhere, eyes everywhere, and tentacles and shit. It was a cool game though. Combat's fun. It's nice to play as both of them, because Raziel's trying to kill Kane. I think you do kill him. Yeah, you do kill him at a point in this one, and then he goes back. He goes down to the underworld or whatever. Then he comes back, I think. And Raziel ends up sacrificing himself to become like the Soul Reaver and shit. Fun game though. Once again, incredible voice acting as well. These games, I think. Well, the Soul Reavers in this one, I think, were written by. Or she was creative director. She might have helped write them too. Where is she on here? Amy Hennig, is that her name? Where is she? Yes, director Amy Hennig. She also did the first few Uncharted, and apparently she got the boot on the last Uncharted by that other guy, Druckmann. If the story is to be said, not the boot, but like they chose him over her, kind of. There was like conflict. They were having conflict, and she ended up getting let go or left. I don't know. Oh, who are the voices? Okay. So you got Michael Bell, Tony Jay, Richard Doyle, I said Simon Templeton, Anna Gunn, Alistair Duncan, some other people. Still has the registration card. People are saying that on YouTube, not YouTube, eBay. Registration card included. Lord of the Rings, Third Age, awesome third person. Not third person, third base strat, role-playing game like Final Fantasy and stuff. The older Final Fantasies. It's awesome. It's in the Lord of the Rings universe. You have to suspend your belief in this or whatever the saying is, because you, when you're fighting the Balrog, you're there with Gandalf. Obviously, this does not happen in the books, but you're there in all these big fights and stuff, and other characters from Lord of the Rings show up. You're fighting all the characters, the Witch King, everybody else that you have to fight. It's a really cool game. It's a turn-based RPG, just in the Lord of the Rings universe. I'm surprised they never went back to that. And these are the other two, I believe, from the lot with the Ghost Recon. And here's a specific. I need another swig of water. Medal of Honor Frontline, fantastic game. Anybody who's played this, it's intense as hell. Even back then, when you're doing the storm on the beaches of Normandy, it's just like, oh my god. You get like not even 0.5% of what the actual people went through. Can you imagine that? Jeez Louise, I can't even imagine the terror of having to do that. Like, but they did it for the better of the world. But this is an awesome first-person shooter. Probably could still be the best Medal of Honor game. You're playing through. It's World War II, as is this one, Rising Sun. So this is in the Japanese campaign side of things. Not as good as this one. It's still solid, but it is not as good. It's still a cool game, though. See, this has got the greatest hits as well. Metal Arms, Glitch in the System. This is another one that came from that garage sale. Got some good ones, $5 a piece at that J-Sale, man. I sold a few, like Dead or Alive, Extreme Beach Volleyball, which I was intent on selling that. And I got a copy of Knights of the Old Republic that I sold, but that doesn't have much value. I had a little more then, which was only a couple of years ago, but I already owned the game. And I sold that Dr. Muto. I think I kept the rest of them. Metal Arms, Glitch in the System, cool game. Another kind of hidden gem, if you will. You play as whatever is fucking a glitch, and you're a robot. It's cool, fast-paced action. You're blowing stuff up. You're hijacking things, I think, right? Different kind of weapons and shit, vehicles and stuff. Fun game. I beat it back in the day. I can't remember a lot of it. $50 someone paid for this on 12/26/003. The same person who had the other games, I would think. $40 it was. This came out in... Did this come out in 03? This came out in 03. So it would have came out at 50. It was down to 40. Awesome game, though. Check this one out if you haven't. It's cool. This came from another garage sale years ago. Made way arcade treasures. I just never sold it. I sold the rest. It was like Red Dead Revolver, Thief, Deadly Shadows, and one or two other original Xbox games that I'd sold. I kept this one. I probably tried to sell it and didn't sell. But it's got a bunch of Midway arcade games on it. Spy Hunter, Defender, Marble Madness, 720 Tubing, Smash TV, Joust, Joust 2, Paperboy, Rampage, etc. Classic games from back in the day that were ported over to like the NES and other consoles. Myst 3 Exile. Does this have no? Oh, what is this? Oh no, it's just. It's a Myst game. I did not play much of it. They are cool. We got Brad Dourif in this. I like Myst games. They're cool. This does not have the Primus Strategy Guide included. Where it says it, where is it? There it is. They're Myst games. They're cool first-person kind of point-and-click games with tough puzzles and stuff. I want to get the fourth one. It's on the Xbox as well, Revelation. Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Haven't played much of this. This might have been a launch title as well. You play as Abe in this one, right? No, you play as Munch. You play as Gabbett and Munch. And his flatulent sidekick Abe, so Abe is in here as well. You play cooperative, apparently. I don't think I played any of this. And actually, no, I might have played it a little bit back in the day. I might have rented it. Can't remember. I picked it up this year because it was cheap on eBay. It was under like $6. Another Platinum Hits, though. And then this wasn't. Was this not an exclusive? I thought it was. This is another one. This might be the last from that garage sale. Metal Arms, Circus Maximus, Brute Force. This one. And Beyond Good and Evil. Panzer Dragoon Order. And all these copies were like pristine. They paid a $50 for this one at eBay. I had this back in the day. Gorgeous game for the time. It still looks pretty good now. It's an Unreal shooter sequel to Panzer Dragoon Saga, or just regular Panzer Dragoon. I never played them. You're this girl here and you break it. This Dragoon like breaks you out of a prison, I think. And you're shooting ships, other people and stuff. Cool game that looks great. It's another Sega exclusive. There's a Smile Bit, yes, for the original Xbox. That's why people call the original Xbox like the successor, the spiritual successor to the Dreamcast, because Sega just pumped out a ton. This, Crazy Taxi 3 High Roller, Gun Valkyrie, Jet Set Radio Future, Sega GT, which I have that. I'll show in a minute. There was, what else? There was others. Otogi, the two Otogi games, I'm pretty sure were Sega games, and they were both exclusives. Underrated games as well. Expensive, unfortunately, now. I think there's Immortal Order, Myth of Demons, and Immortal Warriors. But here is Pirates of the Caribbean. I haven't played it. Picked it up. It's an open world game with pirates, made by Bethesda. I do need to play this at some point, though, and I never will, probably. What were some of the other exclusives? There was a ton more. Dead or Alive was another one. No, wait. Dead or Alive's Tecmo, sorry. There was other ones, though, that they put out. Although Tecmo was on there, too, with Ninja Gaiden and the Dead or Alive games. Here are the 3 Prince of Persia games from that generation. Sands of Time. Whoops. Sands of Time. Oh, my God. Sands of Time. Warrior Within, and Two Thrones. This is the best of the 3, admittedly. I've only played a little bit of this. This has chariot action in it. And I played this one. This one, it's a little more darker, I guess you'd call it. He's a little more lighthearted in this one, the Prince. They're awesome games, though, with sick traversal. Your wall running, grabbing stuff, flipping over shit. The combat's very fluid as well. And you can obviously use the Sands of Time to go back and forth or whatever. Rewind time, you have a meter for it. They're not expensive games if you want to pick them up. But they were super fun. Prince of Persia's always been around for a year. What was the first on like the Apple II? This one was like, these two, they all reviewed well, but these two reviewed extremely well. Check them out if you haven't. Project Snowblind. This is a first-person shooter with cool guns and stuff. This does take place, I believe, in the Deus Ex universe. Like the Deus Ex games. Well, at the time, it's just been Invisible War and Conspiracy. I didn't play a ton of it. I had it originally on the PS2, I believe. But it was a fun shooter. Cool weapons. Rally Sport Challenge. This is another exclusive. It's a Rally Sport game, so you're going through the woods and shit, and you gotta make the turns. You ever see Rally Sport Racing? It's cool as shit. They usually have their passengers like tell them where to go and stuff. The person in shotguns tell them where to go. It's tight quarters in the snow and the woods and stuff. This does a pretty good job of recreating that. And here's the Sega GT Jet Set Radio Future Dual Pack. This is a fun game with cool cell shading look and stuff. It's a sequel to Jet Grind Radio. Something good. Sega GT only played a little bit of. Serious Sam 2. I need to get the first one again on the Xbox. Cool games, just goofy shooters. Enemies literally just coming at you constantly. They're weird, crazy looking enemies. Serious Sam, you could either love or hate him. Stupid quips and stuff constantly. But it's a cool shooter with just over the top violence and stuff. It's cool though. Simpsons Road Rage. Crazy Taxi clone. I think I did a gameplay on it. You play as Simpsons characters, and you gotta get people to places on time and stuff. I have this in a jewel case. Really cool game though. It has glitches in it. I had it originally on the GameCube. I was just driving along, all of a sudden the car went into the ground and got stuck. The voice over acting is by the people who play the actors who play the characters in the show, but they repeat the same lines over and over again, and it gets annoying after a while. Actually, it gets annoying after like 10 minutes. It's still fun though. I need to get Hit and Run again, which is the GTA clone. I've not had it in years, and it's a little bit of a pricey game, but it is an awesome game. Silent Hill 4: The Room. Great game. I love it. It's really my second favorite Silent Hill behind the second one. Cool story. Controls still are annoying. You play as Henry Townsend here. You're stuck in your apartment. The chains are all on the doors. There's a hole in your bathroom you go through. Because you're not even in Silent Hill. You go into different things. I think this was originally made as another kind of game by Konami, but they just called Silent Hill. This is not my original copy. I did pre-order this in the Xbox back in the day. I think I talked about this too. I went to get it, and they were saying I didn't pre-order at GameStop. And I'm not one for confrontation. I don't like it. But it will happen from time to time when it has to happen. And I don't like having to do it, but I was getting pissed. They're like, no, it says, I'm like, I have my receipt right here from this location in Sunrise Mall that says I put the pre-order down on it. And they're like, it's not in the computer. I'm like, it is right here. You give me my game because I put the fucking pre-order down. I think I put the full price down too. Because you didn't have to do that to pre-order. I think I did. And I was pissed. And they finally gave it to me and I left. And then it started to pour on my walk home from the mall. I just hid it under my shirt or whatever it was. I forget when it came out. I might have been wearing a jacket. But I was just pissed. It's an awesome game though. Cool story. You're Henry Townsend. Same crazy creatures. Awesome soundtrack by Akira Yamaoka. And this one involves Walter Sullivan. Stupidly, last time I talked about it, I completely forgot that he is the main guy going after you and stuff. But he's mentioned in 2. And shit, he stalks you throughout and stuff. It's an awesome game. It's Silent Hill. It's creepy as hell. Here are 2 of the Splinter Cells, both from Video Game Trading Post and Sunrise Mall. Bayshore Mall. I don't know if it's still there. I have not been there since early 24. This is the first one. Awesome fucking game. Sam Fisher, cool character. Michael Ironside does a great job as him. He did not do him in Blacklist, though. And then they have a show, but I don't know, a cartoon, I think, show. But I don't know if he does the voice of that either. It's an awesome stealth game. It's a more down-to-earth stealth game compared to the Metal Gears. Metal Gears are like outrageous storylines. This is like grounded in reality. So if the stakes feel more intense, outside of Metal Gear, it's more ridiculous. ridiculous. Like, blah, 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 blah. I've talked about it enough times. I love those games. And the stories are great for what they are, goofy as shit as they are, but they're not grounded in reality. I like these. This one was harder than this one, and this one, my friend always jokes to me. He's like, you fart and the mission's over. And this one had the voice of, what's his name, as you're kind of higher up. The guy giving you the orders. Oh, God, I can't. Dennis Haysbert, I think his name is. He was in the. I don't know if he was in all three of them. He was in the first two Major League movies. He was in he's in a bunch of stuff. He was the president, was he not? He was the president for a bit, I believe, in 24 as well, until he gets killed. Spoilers! But he was not the president when he got killed. But he's like, Fisher, this mission's over. They are cool games, and they looked really great at the time, too. Like, the first one was an exclusive, a timed exclusive, too. Then they came to all the consoles, and I think they were just, you wanted to play these versions on the Xbox. Here comes the Star Wars portion here. I'll start with the Knights of the Old Republics. Fantastic games. This one I got down here, actually, at the GameStop for $5. Like a week after we got here, I was in the GameStop. And I was like, $5, Xbox game, doesn't have the manual. Like, I'm buying it, fuck it. They're both awesome. Obsidian developed this one. BioWare did this one. They're awesome role-playing games. You can choose, you want to go the light path or the dark path. Combat's fun. It's kind of like a run. You're giving your characters orders, your group of people orders, but you're kind of running around the thing the whole time. It's cool, you're going to different planets. All the planets from the Star Wars. Dantooine, Tatooine, Kashyyyk, whatever the other ones are called. And it's fun. You're getting different abilities. You're leveling up. You're on your ship and stuff. They're just awesome fucking games, man. They're some of the best Star Wars, and they take place 4,000 years before. So there's no characters from Star Wars popping up, the originals, and all the prequels and shit. But they're both really awesome games. I could talk about them for a while. Jedi Starfighter. This is a space shooter. You're using vehicles from Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. I got this from a garage sale in Islip, like probably 5 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. And it was $1, and it's not in great shape, but it does work. The disc is badly scratched, but it does work. Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. I played a little bit of this. It's cool. It's like in first person, but you also have it's first person when you have your weapons, your blaster, and then it's, I think, in third person when you're using the force powers and stuff. I haven't played a ton of it. I picked it up and just have not played any more of it. Surprisingly enough, I believe this one and Jedi Academy were on the GameCube as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they were. I'm kind of speeding through the rest of this. I'm like, when I don't chew the gum, my voice starts to feel it on longer videos. Episode 3 of Revenge of the Sith. Pretty cool, kind of beat 'em up third-person game. You can play as Anakin or Obi-Wan, and you could also end it by killing Obi-Wan, I'm pretty sure, in this. And the Emperor, I think you kill also. Like a cutscene as Anakin. But it follows the parts of the movie. I think this came out before the movie. And they had actually footage from the movie in it. I'm pretty sure. Final 3. Turok Evolution. Haven't played much of this one. I do like the Turok games, but I got it for $10 according to that thing at Video Game Trading Post. This is developed by... This is published by Acclaim, I should say. Maybe they developed it too. Back when Acclaim was still around, they are not. Acclaim was... I always remember Acclaim because they were... Their headquarters was in Glen Cove, New York. Right? Does it say it on here? Doesn't say it on here, but... it might say it in here. I need to see. This was developed by Acclaim Studios Austin, actually. Yep. Okay, they're distributed by Acclaim Distribution Incorporated. One Acclaim Plaza. I doubt that building's still there in Glen Cove, New York. I don't even know how big of a building it would have been. It's probably like 3 stories. Acclaim had a run. Reckless the Yakuza missions. This was another timed exclusive that I think ended up coming out to PS2 and Q, but you want to play it on the Xbox. I don't know if this was a launch title or not. It might have come out like a month after. Break discs and then. If this is a vehicle combat game where you're doing different missions, when I originally played it, I got up to a point where I had to save this guy who was like chained to another vehicle, and I never could do it. It was like timed, and it annoyed the shit out of me. But I remember it being a good-looking game and fairly fun. That's another one I got because it was like under $6 on eBay. If you can find a video game for under $6 on eBay, like total with shipping, this had free shipping, you gotta get it. Because those deals are very few and far between these days. And the last game, X-Men Legends. This is like another one, like Diablo, Baldur's Gate, Hunter the Reckoning, Gauntlet, except it's all X-Men characters. In the second one, I think you could use the bad guys as well. Rise of Apocalypse, or Age of whatever they called it. This one you're using the X-Men characters. They're fun, they're cool games. I like these kind of top-down games for battling out, going through each area and stuff, busting people up. But yeah, this is just my original Xbox collection. You would have seen it come June, but I wanted to do it whispering. Hopefully you guys like it and it views well and you watch it, and I will do more of the other collections with whispering because it gives me more content to do. But anyway, thanks for checking this out, and